like media is a big issue, obviously, and my attitude toward all of that is the culture is toxic. Like, here's the thing, like probably Esalen is the place where the idea was born that there are healing images, that you can heal your body and your mind through the images that you hold in your head. But I've never heard a really intelligent discussion of the implication of that. If there are healing images, there are destroying images, there are sickening images, there are toxic images, and you can bet which are being purveyed in the mass culture, because the purpose of capitalism is to imprint its products in your mind, and shock is an excellent way to do it. And the two areas where as a primate you can be gotten at most quickly is in the area of sex and violence. And so these themes for commercial purposes are just played like crazy. So my response to all of this is to say it's a meme war, is what it is. It's a struggle over how shall the world be seen and felt. And as long as you're just consuming the memes coming down through the toxic distribution system, you're a victim and a mark. And so what we have to do is send stuff up the wire. And that's why I think the web is so fascinating. And as I said, I think of it as a 60 million channel TV. And so whatever your bent is, you should put your message out there. And we should all produce as much art as possible. I mean, I think the leisure and the indulgence that is permitted us, the super rich of this world, and we all are in that class, the upper 5% of the Earth's population, you can't live with yourself unless you give something back. And the thing to give back is share your art, share your soul. The reason we are so controlled and abused and misused by our institutions is because we are divided from each other. You know, they have divided us by race, by class, by sex, by political style, all of these ways, when in fact, you know, it's in everybody's interest to have a future, to build a world where children can be raised with some reasonable expectation that humanity will be preserved. So these mass media things, radio, television, and newspapers that have arisen in the last couple of 100 years, this is where a very small group of people literally set the agenda for millions and millions of people. It's called top-down or one-to-many communication. What the web holds out is this thing called any-to-any communication. You and I can form a secret society. We can form a secret society of 10 people. I can send email to 10,000 people if I want. The playing field has been tremendously leveled. And then the quality of what we produce can tip the balance still further. So I think, and the tools that are put in our hands now, Director, Photoshop, all of these things make it possible to communicate outside of these print-created monolithic institutions. We can't really even imagine a world like that.